guys, Retro Gaming Maniac here with another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Brawler 64 controller by Retro Fighters. Now what this is, it's essentially a modernized version of the Nintendo 64 controller. So anybody that's ever played the Nintendo 64 knows that while the system itself is great, at least in my opinion, the main downfall to that system is the controller. It's a very weird, like three-pronged controller or three-handle controller. I'm sure you've seen it. It has a joystick that's kind of lackluster. It's clicky, it's loud, doesn't last very long. So what Retro Fighters have done now, they have made a more modern version of the Nintendo 64 controller that really resembles a 360 controller or even a Switch Pro controller. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to do an unboxing, and we're going to test the controller out, give you an up-close view of it, try it with 3 different games. I've got GoldenEye, Star Fox 64, and Ocarina of Time. So we're going to test those 3 games with this controller, and I'll give you my opinions on it. And I can go ahead and tell you, I love this controller. I've already tried these games, but we'll go ahead and show you how good this controller works, how good the joystick is, how the buttons and everything function, and hope you enjoy. Hey guys, quick note, so this is not a sponsored video. However, Retro Fighters did send me the controller for review, so we want to thank them for that. Thank you guys for doing that. I really appreciate it. Now on to the review. Alright guys, so this is the Brawler 64 controller by Retro Fighters. Give you a quick view of the box here. Here's the back. So it features an ergonomic, comfortable 2-handle design, ultra-fast turbo button, larger C buttons, which is nice because I found the ones on the 64 to be kind of small. It's got matte finish on the A and B button as opposed to the gloss finish that was on the 64 controller. It does have a really good and very accurate analog stick, which is really what the 64 controller really needed originally. Has a responsive and high quality D-pad. The D-pad's not my favorite, but it hasn't really messed me up in any games. It is functional and it works. And let's go ahead and open this thing up. Now I have opened this previously, but I wanted to pack it back in there just so you can see how this thing comes packaged. Go ahead and open it up here. Alright. Now it usually comes with the cable nice and neat. I kind of just rolled it up and put it in there. But anyways, here's the controller. That's how it looks in the packaging. And it does come with a instruction manual, so it's actually pretty cool. I like that. Gives you a little about us, about the company, a thank you note. It's always nice when they include a thank you note. And the instructions. The goods, the setup, customer service, and social media. Very cool company. I like Retro Fighters. Just their logo and just the brand and everything is really cool to me. Let's go ahead and check out the controller, and then we'll test it out with a few games. Alright, so here it is. This is the Retro Fighters controller, Brawler 64. Up close look, you have your D-pad. Nice and clicky, not too bad, not too soft. It is a big D-pad, but it does work pretty good. You have your turbo button, your clear button. So that's how you can program whatever button you want to be turbo, and then you can clear it and start over. Start button, A and B. Your C buttons. You have an L and an R and 2 Z triggers. It's really nice. For playing something like GoldenEye, you can just shoot with that. You can aim with the L here and shoot with the R trigger. So that's really nice. The analog stick does not click in, so don't try to. Out of habit, I tried to do it. It's a very good analog stick. Feels great. Has a nice rubbery finish to the top there. If you turn it over on the back, you do have a slot here for a rumble pack or memory card. I don't think it works with like the transfer pack, I believe is what it's called for Pokemon Snap, but the rumble pack and the memory card that I have both work just fine. There's the little Retro Fighters sticker there, and the cord itself is like 10 feet long, I think, which is great because the original one was kind of short, so this allows me to sit on my couch and still be able to play my 64 comfortably. So let's go ahead and plug it up and give it a try. One thing I will note is it's very lightweight, but once you put the rumble pack in it, it kind of evens it out and it feels great. But it just feels great in the hand. I love this thing. But let's go ahead and try it out. Alright guys, so we got 007 GoldenEye loaded up on the Nintendo 64. We were using the Brawler 64 controller. And one thing I wanted to show you is just how responsive and accurate this analog stick is. It's very good. I have gotten some third-party 64 controllers that I've tried in the past, and the analog stick was so messed up on those. A lot of times this crosshair would just kind of float and do its own thing. Or if you were to press up on it, then it would actually go down. And it wasn't because it was inverted, it's just because I guess the dead zones and how bad the analog sticks were. But anyways, let's pick a level. I like facility. Start off in the bathroom. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Skip it. Man, 007 GoldenEye is a classic. As you can see, this game just plays great with this controller. You know, one thing that has kept me from playing the 64 as much as I would like is the controller. It's just not a good controller. So now that I have this, I'm going to be playing, you know, 64 a lot more. There's so many good games on it. See if we can kill all these guys without alerting anybody. Oh crap. Don't shoot. There we go. I don't think we've alerted anybody yet. Seems like there's one more in here. Nope. Double check here. I don't remember. It's been so long since I played this. Cool story. I don't know if how old you guys are, but do you remember Y2K? When the year 2000 was coming, everybody thought that, you know, the world was going to end. Well, I was actually playing this game. I stayed up late that night playing this game on New Year's, and I was on the phone, and I was on speakerphone. We were just playing this game, and we were both going to see if, you know, the world was going to end or we were going to lose electricity. But anyways, this is the game I was playing back in 2000. New Year's. Control's great. Makes this game so much better using a proper controller. Now the lack of a second analog stick for shooters, oh crap, does take some getting used to, but it comes to you pretty quick. You know, this game has a aim assist. Holy crap. I need more ammo. But anyways, that's GoldenEye. Plays great with this controller. Makes this game so much more playable. And you don't have to use that, you know, weird three-prong design that the 64 originally came with. So let's try Star Fox. Here we are with Star Fox 64. Another great game, a classic game on Nintendo 64. I tell you, the 64 is just full of great games. I have so many good memories with this game. Oh man, this control's great. Oh. I think I might just play this for a few hours tonight. This is it controls so great with this controller. I don't feel the rumble pack. I don't know if maybe this game doesn't support one. I thought it did. I'm pretty sure it used to come shipped with a rumble pack. It's possible my batteries died. It did work on GoldenEye though. My rumble pack did work. So I remember playing a 4-player split screen or multiplayer of this game. It was great. But anyways, control-wise, it feels great. The analog stick is amazing. The 64 needed something like this for so long. I'm so glad that Retro Fighters designed this controller. It makes the game so much better. It's very comfortable. Feels like you're playing, you know, a modern-day game and using, you know, modern controller. Can't say enough of good things about this controller so far. But let's go ahead and try Ocarina of Time. Alright guys, here we are, Ocarina of Time. The best Zelda game of all time, if you ask me. You know what's funny is coming back and choosing a file that you last played when you were probably a kid. I haven't played on this file in a while. I've played this game on my 3DS, but I'm actually over by Zora's belly, the well that you have to go inside and save Princess Zora. But control-wise, it feels great. Let's try, oh man, it's really smooth. Look, I'm barely touching the analog stick. You ready? Look at that. That is fantastic. Let's see how Z targeting works. Oh yeah, perfect. Haha, this game plays so much better with this controller. I'm trying to remember the old Zelda tunes. The Z buttons, the Z buttons on the trigger buttons are great. The L and R feel great. They're very springy, almost like a manual feel to them. Or analog feel, I should say. Start button. The C buttons being bigger definitely help with making this feel like a regular controller, kind of like this is like a, triangle, circle, X, square setup. You have a nice matte finish on the buttons and the D-pad. Let's try it out. Okay, so this game doesn't use the D-pad apparently. Plays fantastic though. Awesome. Can't wait to play this game some more using this controller. Alright guys, so in conclusion, this controller has exceeded my expectations. It's very comfortable to use. It's very lightweight, but you throw a rumble pack on it and it feels normal again. The analog stick is fantastic. Can't say enough good things about the analog stick. The buttons and just everything feels really good. It feels high quality. And I believe these are selling for only $29.99, so at that price, it's a steal. I would highly recommend getting the Brawler 64 controller by Retro Fighters. So once again, I want to thank Retro Fighters for sending this controller out for review. I love this thing, and I'll probably be ordering one from you here soon. Get a second one. Great controller. Really, if you have a 64, this is a must-have. If you're playing the 64 on the original console and you're not emulating or something, I would consider this a must-have. It makes the 64 library so much more playable. Makes me want to go back and play a lot of the 64 games now that I have, a decent controller to use. And I have a 64 controller, a couple of them with good analog sticks, but they just feel very weird. This feels natural, it feels modern, it feels like a regular controller, which is great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe for more, and make sure you check out the link in the description to Retro Fighter so you can order these. I'll probably put an Amazon link or a link to their website. But anyways, make sure you check that out, and if you like 64, this is a must-have. Check it out, grab one. Thanks.